I want everybody to wake up. Wake up, everybody. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. This is the important part. This is the good part right now. This is like, you thought that was good before. This is the real good part. This is the value. Value into your brain. Value overload right now, okay? If anybody who's just joining us, turn on your camera. I want to take questions here. I'm going to talk to you guys. Turn on your cameras. Get interactive with me. It's going to be great, okay? So here's the crazy value I'm going to give you right now. And I'm just giving you this so you can get a tip. Just a tip, baby. You can get a few tips that are going to help you tremendously. You can apply them even today. And then that means you're going to come to me for the better stuff, maybe a program or something like that, because you realize how much of a value this is going to have in your life, all right? So you got to think about where socially you can cut your losses. And you also got to think about entitlement. So I'll give you an example. Have you noticed that the modern day person is very entitled? Like all of us from Instagram, we all log on Instagram. We see everybody living their best life. This person's on a beach on Tulum. Fuck Tulum. This person over here is on a Porsche or a Lamborghini. Look at them. They're on a yacht somewhere, traveling, having fun. Like this is like how we feel looking at Instagram, right? And the thing about it is, it makes everybody super entitled. I believe that I believe this when I also saw this in a Jordan Peterson interview. The modern day person has narcissistic tendencies. Not everybody. Not saying we are narcissists, just saying we have narcissistic tendencies. And you can take this from me because I'm actually a certified therapist. Some of my therapy books are over there. There's Beck, Cognitive Behavioral Therapy, okay? The modern day person is like a little bit of a narcissist. And they're all super entitled. Not you, of course, watching this, but everybody else, super entitled. So these entitled people, they kind of behave differently, right? If you just say yes to something, if you say yes to what they want all the time, they're like, use all your time, take all your money, and you'll just be sad, broke, and destitute and alone, right? So we got to find a way to balance that out. And I've been thinking about it, and the idea you have to think about is, where do you cut your losses? Right? You still want to go out. You still want to meet people. You still want to socialize. You still want to put yourself out there romantically. Maybe you want to be on an app or two. You still want to approach people that you're seeing in the street that are cool. You still want to make friends. But where do you cut your losses? Because you can't make people that are entitled less entitled. It doesn't work. You can't be like, hey, listen, you should just like have a coffee with me because I'm a great person. Don't like expect us to go to a basketball game the first time we hang out. Like you're not going to talk them out of it. It's not going to work. So what I've thought about, the only way to take away entitlement from people is to cut your losses early. What do I mean? There's no story to illustrate. I'm just going to tell you the facts. I've made it a rule for myself in this year, 2023, to end every interaction first. And with that said, good night, ladies and gentlemen. Click. It's joking. I'm going to end every interaction first. All right? Every single one. That means every phone call, when it gets about 20 minutes, I'm like, hey, great talking to you. We said what we had to say. I'll reach out later. I mean, I might even call them like later the next day. Doesn't matter. We're just going to end every interaction first. I'm going to end every meeting first. I'm going to leave every romantic encounter I have first. So if I'm out with somebody for a coffee, I'm going to be out with them for a coffee. I'm going to have a timer for about 45 minutes to an hour. And then once an hour's up, I'm like, all right, hey, it was great. I had a lot of fun. I'm going to let you go do your thing. I'm going to go do my thing. And, we have stuff to do. And we'll keep in touch. And maybe we can meet up again, like sometime later. I'm just going to end it. Because if you just sit there and give everything to everybody, you have nothing left. And like I said before, again, the most valuable resource you have is your time. That is all you have. It's not your money because everybody feels entitled to your money. It's not your looks if you're male or female. No, everybody feels entitled to that. They feel like you should just be that. There's pressure to be that. It's not your energy. It's your time. The most valuable resource you have is your time. And you got to decide who you want to give your time to. Because if you give your time to the wrong people, you have no time for your passions and your projects and changing your life and investing into yourself and impacting your friends and family and taking them on this journey with you. You have no time for that. And if you give your attention and time to everybody else, you can't give it to the right person. Imagine like think about it this way. Imagine you gave like 3 hours of wasted time to really bad people this week. That's 3 hours you could take away from one person that you would really value connecting with. And we're always about quality over quantity over here. That's our model. That's how we roll. Okay. Some people have a PhD in excuses. We make no excuses. It's always quality over quantity over here. And so I think about, all right, that's the case, how can I cut my losses? How can I not deal with entitled people? How can I shift my attention and my energy to where it's valued most? Because when you shift your energy to where it's respected and valued the most, you're going to have a compound effect in your life where you invest. See what I did there? Invest into great relationships, invest in the people who pay you back, invest in the people who also like are on your team and work with you. You got to do both of that. You got to do that 2 ways. Okay. And very, very important, very key. Okay. Here's something else I want to tell you. Going along with this entitlement stuff, okay? By the way, does anybody have any questions about that? If you have a question, raise your hand digitally. There's some people that have their hand raised, but I think they had it raised for a long time, like Daniel and Daniel. So I don't know if it's like legit questions. If you have a legit question about what I just said, raise your hand, do a reaction emoji, and I'll invite you to chat with me here. All right? Okay. Oh, Daniel does have a question. I hope it's about what we're talking about. Daniel, I'm going to unmute you. Boom. All right. Go ahead, bro. Okay, ask it and I'll see if I can link it in to this. I'm going to collect a few questions, see if I can link them in. It's very important, and I want to touch on that in a second. I'm going to get back to you on that, okay? I want to collect all the questions and link them all into one big cluster mofo of a question. All right, thank you, bro. Nick Novick, I'm going to unmute you.
Hey, what's up, Madison?
What's up?
Hey, so your question or your statement about leaving every interaction first, is that because it gives people kind of a sense of like almost like a loss of a little bit of like validation or like almost like wanting more from you? Or can you just kind of dive into that a little bit? Well, I was a little bit confused about that.
Yeah, sure, no problem. So actually your question links to Daniel's question. So it's basically you cannot control the frame anymore with entitled people.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Like, where do you live, for example, in the world? Where are you?
I live in San Diego.
San Diego. Okay. San Diego, California. There's that one area where it has these, it's by the beach and it has these crazy, crazy restaurants. You know what area I'm talking about?
Yes. Are you talking about La Jolla?
I don't know. I remember the name. I've been there like once. It was like 3 years ago. I don't remember the name.
I think
but I know this is
about,
one area. Okay. And it's like really, really fancy restaurants. I'm sure there's people that can afford to go there every single night. Right. So imagine you were talking to somebody that went there every single night and you're like, hey, I'd love to take you out and enjoy some time with you. Right. And you take them, like, do you have a favorite, like an ice cream shop or coffee shop or like whatever? Do you have that or no? And look, do you have like a favorite ice cream shop or coffee shop, somewhere you like to go?
I do. Yes.
Okay. What's the name of it? Don't worry, we're not going to all go there, but just like, just for the story.
What is it? It's, I believe it's called Nest. It's like this.
Nest.
It's got an ocean view. Yeah.
Okay. Nest. All right, Nest. Okay. So let's say you like to go to Nest, okay? And this person that is entitled likes to go to Nest very rarely. In fact, they go to something better than Nest. They go to like the Nest Diamond. They go to the Nest Platinum, which is next level, okay? So now you take them to Nest. And unfortunately, that person is not there only to enjoy your time and get to know you better. Like if the person was really just there to enjoy your time and get to know you better, your time and company should be good enough. Your energy, you getting to know them, you making an effort should be good enough. But very often in this modern day society of entitled people, that is not enough. Have you ever felt that way when you met somebody new, like in a friendship sense or romantically?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and you could be pulling out all the stops. You can be like self-expressing. You could be like, we're associated. You can do like, telling great stories. You can like be showing interest. You can be doing all these things we talk about. And then the thing is, it's sometimes just not even enough because they're in the back of their mind. They're like, I could be at that fancy restaurant right now because I was invited by somebody else. Right. And so you're left in a situation where you got to put a bow on the whole situation. And how do you put a bow on the situation? Well, it can't be like, this was great, I'd love to do it again. Because unfortunately, what happens is, this leads to my next point. Unfortunately, what happens is, if that person goes to that fancy restaurant like 4 times a week, 5 times a week, and they sit down and have a coffee with you, right, at Nest, and they leave the interaction, okay? We're going to pretend it's like somebody you're romantically interested in. They leave the interaction. They go home, they talk to their friends. What do they usually say? What could you imagine that they say?
Like for example, if they're...
If it was just okay, if the interaction was just fine, what would they say?
Nothing favorable.
They might. So this is the word. Okay, everybody check this out. You all know this. Pay attention to this. You've heard this before. I'm just not feeling it.
Right.
I don't have the butterflies in my stomach. I'm just not feeling it. I don't have the butterflies in my stomach. That's because our butterflies and our stomach system is broken. As a society, we have a systemic problem with the butterflies and our stomach detection system being broken. That's what I call it, by the way. That's what I call it, guys. This is my TAM trademark. Madison calls it butterfly detection system. Okay. I want everybody to remember that. Everybody say butterfly detection system. Everybody say that.
Butterfly detection system.
Yes. Everybody type it. Butterfly detection system. I'm sorry it wasn't shorter. I don't know if it's shorter acronym. We call it like a BDF. Butterfly detection system. BDS. Butterfly detection system. Okay. It all sounds like BS detection system. Butterfly detection system. Okay. We all have it. Good. Thank you very much, Max, for writing it. Everybody's writing it. Daniel's writing it. Derek's writing it. But yeah. BUTT. Butterfly. I don't know. That's something else. Okay. But everybody's butterfly detection system is broken. We're just not feeling it anymore. Now, if I had to ask you, why do you think we're not feeling it anymore? Why is it so hard for us to be stimulated by things that used to stimulate us?
Because we're overstimulated.
You got it. You got it, bro. What are we overstimulated by?
Social media and pretty much everybody in our face with all of the amazing things that they're doing.
You got it. Exactly. Always in our face. Social media, TikTok. Dude, I do it too. I go on TikTok and I blur out for like 20 minutes. I'm like, what the fuck happened? I was in a coma. I was in a coma for 20 minutes because of TikTok, man. I was like, oh, what happened? Oh, the microwave is
like you're in a trance.
Like,
yeah.
It's like you're in a trance. Then the social media images. Then we have, like the fact that you have a computer in your hand is crazy. Like this is the most powerful computer, like versus 20 years ago. It's in your hand. The fact that you can call a car to your house, the fact that you can order food to your house, the fact that you can order anything online that comes to your front door by a stranger in a special box of mystery called Amazon. The fact that online people have like literally 100 matches waiting for them sometimes, or 100 like potential matches. The fact that the government gives us stimulation checks, depending on which country you're in, over the last few years, like we were literally printing money. The fact that the government printed $247 billion last week for SVB Bank, like we're overstimulated. It's crazy. I saw a video today. I don't know if I want to play this, man. But I saw a video. This is fucking. I won't play it because it's dark. But I saw a video of like elephant seals, and sometimes the male and female elephant seals, like the male female elephant seal will go and like squash, like sit on the babies of the female elephant seal and kill them in order to like mate with the female elephant seal. And I'm telling you this not because I'm not recommending it. Hells no, I'm not recommending it. I'm telling you this because that's how brutal life is in nature. In reality, that's how brutal nature is. And we're living in this comfort of modern society. So at this point, of course, if you meet somebody new and you hang out with them, even if you do all the right things, sometimes they're going to be like, yeah, I'm just not feeling it. And you're like, what do you mean? And they're like, you even ask them, what do you mean? What happened? What went wrong? I don't know. I didn't have butterflies in my stomach.
Yeah.
And I'm saying this for both people. I'm saying this for males and for females. This goes both ways. We both don't have butterflies in our stomach. We no longer live in societies and communities of 150 people anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And so like our reach is crazy. You could be some person living in a small town. you could be a guy living in a small town like Max, in a cow person town, and you're in Australia, you're in LA. You could be a lady that's living in I don't know, Idaho. Next thing you know, you're at a fashion mall in Paris. Like the world is crazy. So of course we're overstimulated. We're not feeling it. So the thing I'm saying to you here is the frame. How do you keep the frame from entitled people? You just got to end the interaction first. This is the only. This is me thinking about it. It's like this is the only way. This is the way. Like the Mandalorian, bro. This is the way.
Okay, I appreciate your answer.
Yeah, no problem, bro. No problem. No one is average. Everybody thinks they're better than average. And in our society, sometimes we need average people. Sometimes we need somebody who's going to take out the garbage. I've had jobs as a busboy, mopping up like slime in the bottom of a Chinese restaurant next to the boiler where hot sludge is coming out. I've done that. You know, we need people to do that. We need people to be average sometimes. We need people to be normal, but nobody wants to be average anymore. Everybody wants to be special. Nobody wants to be, in terms of success, ambitions, or value to society. No one wants to be a 6 or 7. Everybody wants to be a 9 and a 10 or 8.5, at least 9 and 10. And so we can't all be that. We can't. There's no room in our society for that. The middle class is dying. The middle class is disappearing. Have you guys noticed that? Like for you guys that are in America, middle class disappearing. You got a choice to make. Do you want to be on the bottom half, or do you want to be in the top 20%? And what I'm trying to offer you right now is an opportunity to be in the top 20%. I'm trying to explain to you how that's done. I'm trying to explain to you, be in the top 20% because there's no middle. Because even if you're in the middle and you're trying your best, people are going to go, I'm just not feeling it. My butterfly detection system is not working. So you got to decide where you want to be. Okay. So to remind everybody again, I want to put this out there again. If you want to work with me on this stuff live, face-to-face, in person, I have bootcamp programs that are coming up very, very soon. In Canada, let me just look at the dates here. Canada, I'm doing in July. I'm doing Montreal, Toronto, and Vancouver. And then in other parts of the world, USA, I'm doing Los Angeles, and I'm doing Austin, Texas in the last week of August. And I try to limit my programs for, the guy said, what dates are LA? LA is the last week of August, okay? Last week of August, first week of September. I'm doing approximately that time. So I try to limit my programs to not that many students. I like to keep it very intimate and interactive, okay? I don't want a lot of students on there. I keep it, it's that way I can coach with you and work with you on your individual sticking points and problems and work with you on that and your communication, being more confident, expressing yourself freely, being able to have deeper relationships. I want to work with you on that stuff. And what I said today is just like a little bit of it. I'm like a mad scientist in a lab. I don't talk about what I've told you today is really exclusive. Like this is like stuff I haven't shared with anybody in the world. This is really revolutionary because I think about this stuff all the time and I don't share it with everybody. I don't even put it on the internet because I don't think I can or I should. But you come and work with me on a program, I'm going to give you everything. I will give you everything. Okay, you're talking to one of the most advanced people in the world. I didn't stop learning it. I got better and better and better every year. To now, it's scary how good it is. It's scary how good this knowledge is and content is. All right, and the lessons here. So when you work with me face to face, I get to share that with you in person, which is insane, insane. So you got a choice. Do you want to be big baby or big daddy? Little girl or big mama? Who do you want to be? You know. Pick what you want to be, and we'll help get you in the top 20%. If you feel like you're on the verge of it, I can get you there. If you feel like you're close to being there, you're just having a hard time putting it all together, I'll help you get there. On the other hand, if you're somebody earlier on who put a 1 in the chat, to those who put 1s in the chat, you said, I'm not exactly there yet. I can still help you with the basics, the foundations, helping you to figure out how to never run out of things to say, helping you be more confident, helping you get over the anxiety of talking to people and meeting new people, helping you to be able to have deeper relationships, all those things. Okay. And that's the groundwork. It's this foundation, but I work with everybody, every single background on all that. Yeah. So link is in the chat. We'll drop a link. Hopefully it's working now. Let's see that link is working. Go ahead, click the link. There'll be a brief application to fill out. Me and my team will chat with you and it'll be lovely. I'd love to chat with you. Everybody on this call. I think, and also like, I guarantee you the results. Like, let's not BS here. I guarantee results. I go for results. I don't just care about just feeling good. That's great. I want everybody to feel great. I want everybody to feel great. Absolutely. But I want to get you the results. If you come to my program, though, I'm going to tell you right now, you may not like me on the program. Okay. Because on the program, I don't care if you like me. On the program, I am your drill sergeant. Oh, yeah. And the drill sergeant may not always like them, but they will get you the result. And you'll like them after the program's done. After the program's done, we'll be friends. We'll be fine. It'll be great. We'll talk. We'll have a cigar. We'll be fine. We'll be friends. During the program, results. That's what I care about. I'm focused on getting you that. So yeah, link is in the chat. Definitely click that link and answer some questions. No pressure. I'm here to help. Here to help.